So part B, calculate the speed of light in glass of refractive index 1.49. So we have got our standard calculation, which you know, which is n equals c over v, where n is our refractive index, and that's 1.49, no units. C, speed of light. This is speed of light in a vacuum, and that is 3 times 10 to the 8 meters per second. V, this is what we're actually finding out, speed of light in the medium, so whatever else it is travelling through. So that's our glass here, equals, don't know, meters per second. And so we want V on its own, so let's rearrange this. So NV equals C, we times both sides by V, and then we are dividing by N. Let's put our numbers in. C, speed of light in a vacuum, 3 times 10 to the 8, divided by N, 1.49. So on our calculator, 3 expand 10 to the 8 divided by 1.49, and it equals this number here, 201342282. That is meters per second. And now that's a crazy number, so what are we given in our question as significant figures? So there's 3 significant figures there, so we could do that to 3 significant figures. 2.01, but actually we could just call it 2.01. There we are. And it is how many decimal places? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times by 10 to the 8 meters per second. So that was part 1. Part 2, calculate the minimum time for a light pulse to travel from end to end along a straight glass fibre. So we've got straight glass fibre, and our light pulse is travelling along there. And what other information? So we've got glass refractive index 1.49, and the distance that we've got is 50 kilometers. So it's a sneaky equation. It's not really one of the equations that we've used, but it's a standard physics calculation for velocity. So we've got speed equals distance over time, or velocity equals distance over time. What do we know? We have got a distance, 50 kilometers. That's not in standard. The distance, 50 kilometers, it's not in standard units, so that's 50,000 meters. And what else have we got? VT D, let's rearrange this. VT, so bring the T up, equals D. T equals D over V. And so we're finding the time, how long it takes. We've got the distance. What's the velocity? velocity, well that's the speed of light, but we're saying it's through glass. And we've just calculated the speed of light in glass as 2.01 times by 10 to the 8 meters per second. So we're using part 1. And now we can just put these into our equation. So 50,000 divided by 2.01 times by 10 to the 8. So 50,000 divided by 2.01 expand 8, and that gives us a crazy number there, and that gives us, my goodness, 0.000248756 and so on. So that is the time in seconds. We can convert that into a better looking time. So we can go 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to be 2.5 times 10 to the 1, 2, 3, 4, minus 4 seconds. And that's our answer there. So not very long at all, a fraction of a second.